Welcome back into Through the Whistle, episode 2. I'm Ty Belcher.
I'm Kevon Belcher, sadly.
And we have a great show for you guys, episode 2. We're going to talk about Florida State getting manhandled. Gee golly, O'Malley. And we have some predictions. Josh Pape, Paper Pop. You know, we're in for a great show. Kevon, we're going to start like this. Rip the Band-Aid off. Saturday, noon Eastern. What do you see from this Florida State team that we both believed in?
I was baffled.
Astonished.
There's not many words that I can say that will do it justice of how disappointed, how disgusted, how sickened, how distraught I was by watching that offensive line that was told to me and that defensive line that they were just the best in the country.
And also the Redeem team.
Yeah.
The Redeem team.
So they should just go back to last season. Try to hope that they can bring those players back from the NFL and all that
Call
stuff.
Kiana.
Yeah. Because they're not doing anything that anybody thought they were going to do. That they can go ahead and kick their ACC hopes out the window. You still have them getting some places.
Spoilers.
Getting some good places, but I just don't see it
Don't ruin
with
the
them.
end game.
DJU played fine.
Yes.
He played okay. I don't think that it was as good as you were trying to say when we were talking about the game earlier. But I don't understand how you can just watch Georgia Tech basically go up and down the field on you whenever they want it. And 7 tackles for loss for Georgia Tech on that, their defense to get that. I don't know if the running backs are trying to play like footsies with the hole and try to, I don't know what was going on, but that's just not what I was expecting for game 1. But that's going to be the way that college football is going to start off, and that's how it's going to be this season. I'm a little terrified because I'd be damned if I sit there and see
Your mother watches this.
If I see Ohio State look like that, I'm going to be baffled. So,
as the kids say.
Yeah.
Kevon, the quote of a very wise man, a Hall of Famer, well, future Hall of Famer, Steve Smith. We were told that this Florida State D-line, they have freaks on this D-line.
Yeah.
To quote Steve Smith, maybe off the field, but not on the field, because boy, oh boy, Kevon, how many times do we see the whole O-line from Georgia Tech down block, and it just parted like the Red Sea?
Like I said, 7 tackles for loss.
7 tackles for loss.
For Georgia Tech, and then Florida State, I saw no. So, yeah. I saw nothing.
Another thing that baffling, Kevon's been played a lot of Road to Glory on college, CFP 25. I played a lot of Road to Glory. And, a lot of people were like, man, the play calling's so trash on Road to Glory. When I tell you, that was the most realistic game to ever be created.
Looked real.
That was the worst play calling I have ever seen in my life. Kevon, me and you talk about all the time. It can't be that hard to call an offense.
Okay.
It must not be that hard to get hired as an offensive coordinator. They call halftime, everybody on Twitter. DJU can't throw the ball past 10 yards. He's averaging less than a yard in the air per pass.
Yes, about 5 yards per attempt.
Last time I checked, he can't audible every play. They threw maybe 20 million or 30 million RPO bubbles. Because DJ looked good in what they were calling for him. He had a high completion percentage, about 70%.
Yeah.
Played within the offense, which is basically what he did last year at Oregon State. But they didn't take him off the leash.Ast year, we get it. Jordan Travis was there for 27 years and 18 days. We understand.
I don't know, though. But you got to stop, though. You got to call a spade a spade.
What happened when DJU was able to throw the ball?
No, he was definitely completing. He was doing what he had to do.
He was looking good.
But we also got to call a spade a spade. He was also missing plays. There were times that he was throwing the ball. Yeah, I'm saying he missed a crosser coming over the middle. He missed. There were some plays that he was missing. He was taking the easy completion. I call it the little Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson like syndrome.
Peyton Manning, Tom Brady,
Yeah,
the check
no,
down.
no, I wouldn't even say that. Because when I see Aaron Rodgers that don't throw the questionable play or whatever it is, you just take the easy completion. It's fine. It's cool.
It's cool.
But you gotta
Kevon,
stack it up a little bit.
shout out to the Midwest Voices group chat right here. We were talking in the group chat. Me, you, shout out James, shout out TJ, shout out Ashton. We were all saying, why on God's green earth are you running the ball on 3rd and 9 after you got stuffed on 1st and 10?
I was baffled.
2nd and 10.
They ain't gonna never see this one coming.
Hey, in the words of Jalen Wade,
You ain't never gonna
see
see this one
coming.
We'll never
And
see
guess
this one
what?
coming.
They saw it coming. Pause.
Yeah.
They ran the ball on 3rd and 9, and it was like, why are we punting right now? How are we on the field punting again? Well, because your O-line is not getting pushed to save their lives. Oh my God. Him and the O-line and DJU are back there doing patty cakes because they're getting pushed back as soon as the ball is snapped. No self-respect from those guys, you know. Hope some Power 5 players will have some self-respect, you know. Too busy driving the Lambos, NIL money.
Yeah.
They don't want. What were they doing?
Listen, if we could find out what drugs this OC was on before the game, I mean, he was in a different country, so maybe
Maybe he was out drinking with Pat McAfee the day before.
Yeah, I mean,
Pat McAfee, Seamus, and Florida State's OC,
for sure.
and head coach are out drinking some Guinness beers, no free ads, but it had to be added. They're out there drinking beers or something before the game, because there's no way you're calling that many bad plays. Play after play after play.
The defense wasn't helping out either, though. Yeah, I mean, we had to be real with that too. I mean,
I've never seen. I mean, so scared.
it was kind of jaw dropping. I mean, to see that the time of possession was so close, when it felt like all game, you felt like Georgia Tech was dominating. It was dominating the time of possession. That's what it felt like. But when you seen that it was Florida State that actually won the time of possession, it was
insanity.
Yeah, it was bad.
Florida State. This is for you, Coach 30 right here. I feel like Coach 30. Call me Coach 31. I need you to look yourself in the mirror, like Kevon needs to look in the mirror and get this eyelash out his eye or something, and just say, we are better than that. We will have self-respect coming up because Ty Belcher needs us. Ty Belcher needs us to go through the whistle every play in practice so that we're better for next week's game. Because I promise to goodness, Kevon, low-key a spoiler. Sorry to spoil the end game. We were like, okay, Notre Dame has 2 tough games. Texas A&M to start off at College Station.
Yeah.
And towards what, the middle-ish, late season? I mean, depends on how you see.
Second, third of the season.
Yeah, like, And we're like, oh, Florida State, that's going to be another tough game towards the end of the season.
Doesn't look like it.
Boy, oh boy.
Doesn't look like it.
Riley Leonard might have 100 yards rushing like he used to at Duke.
Yeah.
Like,
probably. And that D-line is going to be Notre Dame's D-line might have a day.
Their O-line might all go first round.
Yeah.
Last year it's a down year for Notre Dame's O-line.
They're returning a lot, too.
What Notre Dame does O-line-wise.
Definitely do.
But that's all for our recap of Week 0. We'll be right back after Kevon gets his eyelash out his eye, hopefully. And we're going to get to these conference championship predictions as well as the CFP 12. Kevon, 12. Finally got 12.
Yeah.
Penn State's probably the happiest thing about that. But we'll get to that later on after a short break. Stick around. Welcome back into Through the Whistle. This championship is kind of like the conference championship. Everybody wants it. It's on the stepping stone.
Yeah. We're going to do that.
That's what you like. That's what you like a metaphor for how.
Yeah, same way Ohio State's going to.
Delusion.
Yeah.
Guys, I promise y'all get them checked out after this. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But before I was really interrupted from a unsanctioned cash-in, conference championship is always on the stepping stone of being a national champion. But we all know what the real prize is in college football. And what is that, Kevon?
I think it's this.
I think it's that trophy, that tall trophy.
Yeah. The good stuff.
The good stuff, obviously. But before we get into the rankings, the bracket. Let me preface. Only conference champions can be a top 4 seed.
You trying to set shots?
I'm not sending shots. I'm just saying, if you want to be in the top 4.
Okay.
Uh,
Maybe they like home games.
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, get some money for the state
Exactly.
of Indiana. But only conference champions can be in the top 4. If you're not a conference champion, you can't be in the top 4, obviously. So with that being said, Kevon, you're conference champions.
Obviously, we got the greatness right here. The Ohio State.
I don't know why you have this
Undefeated.
13-0.
Undefeated. But we all know what they're going to – I mean, they only got really that one tough game against Oregon going
Against
up
Michigan?
against. No. But got Texas. I think they're going to stumble one good time. I don't know who to yet. But it might be the Georgia. It might be
Might be Red River.
Might be Red River. It might be the first couple games of the season.
Whoa. Okay.
But look, so we got Miami. I think they're going to fly by their schedule, and then once they get to that conference championship, they're going to be already in tune, like a fine car. Utah, Cam Rising. Listen,
Salt Lake City Voodoo.
that and if you got Cam Rising starting, that means you know what that means. Conference championship. Conference championship. So we already got that locked in. Utah over Big 12. And then we get to the
Wait. Sorry, I have to ask him. Miami, number 3, ACC champion.
Yeah.
Did that change after you seeing, Florida State get manhandled?
Without a doubt, Florida State changed my mind on all that. I did have a debate with myself with Clemson and Florida State, but that's all washed out now. I don't think that Florida State is going to be able to get back up. Clemson is going to whitewash them with, like we was talking about earlier, with that defense. It's going to look bad.
I'll move out the way.
So I'm really surprised we did this ranking, obviously, Ty. We did this ranking on NCAA 25.
Shut the NCAA at 25.
Yeah. So the rankings is a little odd. I mean, Notre Dame undefeated at number 10. Like you said, maybe they need to get into a conference. But Georgia, with only one L, taking that L, we got to see what that's going to do. So that maybe top 5 with that. Then we go down to 6, Oregon, 2 L's, both Ohio State to me. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. If them and Penn State, I think that's going to be a battle between those two, especially whoever gets the higher ranking whenever they get that win, whenever they get those losses. Don't know what it's going to look like later on for the season. Ole Miss. I'm
It's
telling
the
y'all,
year.
That's my sleeper team. Ole Miss, that's my sleeper team. I think they're going to be a nice little rock. Lane Kiffin's going to be.
They shoes might be on?
Listen.
The slipper might be on?
Lane Kiffin was just tweeting about my coach in Ohio State, talking about we're national champ. We built a roster with $20 million for a national championship. Yeah, and guess what, Lane Kiffin? You doing the same thing. You was doing the same thing.
It's oil money. It's okay.
Exactly.
It's oil money.
Missouri, same thing as Ole Miss. I think that their schedule, nice way for them. Charlotte, didn't really know who I was going to pay for the Group 5. Just picked anybody. But that's about it. I think that this is all going to be like this only because of their schedules. And my last team out is Alabama only because of how difficult their schedule is. First year at DeBoer, I trust them, but I just don't know if it's going to be their first time with him doing it at the helm. Might be a little iffy.
Right. And as we can see, Georgia 1 loss, Texas 1 loss.
Yeah.
Missouri 2 losses. So, like we talked about last night, Missouri, light schedule.
Yes.
That propels them into the conference championship, where obviously you have Texas winning over them. Georgia gets the number 5 seed, like I think will probably happen in real life because it's Georgia. Reward them. They've been Notre Dame. Everybody wanted Notre Dame into their conference because the Mula. So it kind of makes sense. It's going to be interesting to see if they punish, like how they're going to operate teams who play in the conference championship game. Because Oregon, number 6, okay, that's not too bad of a drop-off after the loss in the conference championship game. Missouri drops down to 11 after you're getting punished for playing the conference championship game.
But I mean, who would you put them over though? I mean, you can't really say that if you see Penn State, they only have the 1 loss to the Big Ten championship, who's undefeated, and I mean, Ole Miss 1 loss, Clemson. you're going to be punching them for losing to an undefeated Miami team. I mean,
a
you
couple
can't
of these
really-
teams are missing a loss. Cough, cough, Oregon, cough, cough, Ohio State. But, But Michigan's not in here. Should be.
No.
So I'm going to just let
three L's can't make the playoff, bro.
should be one.
Three L's
But,
can't be-
Anyways, so we see the standings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hope that there's at least one upset or two.
No, it's going to be a...
So I'm gonna let you
go.
talk about that.
So, Ty, you was talking about upsets. Mm-hmm. Ole Miss. I got them getting the dub in Death Valley.
Oh my God.
Over Clemson.
Oh my God.
Georgia obviously gets the dub. I got Oregon over Missouri. And that was really a pick'em between Notre Dame and Penn State. And I really was debating with myself for a while.
Don't know why.
But whiteout can't beat it. Notre Dame.
And it's
Voodoo.
gonna be what, like
Voodoo.
10 degrees?
Exactly.
Like, come on.
Voodoo, I got it. So, we got Notre Dame.
I'm not gonna talk about Charlotte? They don't even stand a chance?
No.
Okay.
Notre Dame loses in a close one, Penn State. So then we got the quarterfinal. We got Georgia going against Utah, Ole Miss, O State, Oregon, Miami, Penn State versus Texas. I mean, great matchups. Great matchups.
Sensational matchup.
Great matchups.
So we see the bowls, the
Yeah.
bowls that they'll be playing in the quarterfinals. Utah and Georgia. Utah being the 4th seed, this is where the ranking amongst the 4 teams really comes into play because obviously Utah would rather play at the Fiesta Bowl or at the Rose Bowl, somewhere out west where they can get more of their fans out there. The Sugar Bowl, Kevon,
It's a home game.
you can throw a rock from Athens, Georgia,
Yeah.
and get to the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah.
So that's you've seen Georgia play in a neutral site game as a bowl game. How long does that get?
I mean, I almost became a Georgia fan for a minute, and I'm a true Ohio State fan. So
Right.
that's how crazy that stadium can get with their Georgia fans. And honestly, it might switch up a little bit the way that they have this with Ohio State. I think they're going to pick and choose. Like, okay, we want Georgia out. We don't really want to face Georgia. We might want Utah over Georgia. So we might pick a little bit better venue for them so that they can go. So then Ohio State might pick they might pick the Sugar Bowl.
I mean,
honestly,
Sugar Bowl and Peach Bowl, what, hour flight from Columbus, Ohio?
They might pick
Nothing.
They might pick the Sugar Bowl just so that Georgia can't even get that home advantage to see if they can try to promote that upset for Utah.
Right.
Which even though it won't be an upset with the rankings, but I mean,
In
they might
everybody's
be.
eyes,
yeah,
that's
for
an
sure.
upset.
So then, I mean, that might switch everything up. Then Texas is looking maybe probably towards the Peach Bowl, and then Orange Bowl is for Miami, and then you got the Rose Bowl for Utah.
Yeah.
And that might be a better homestand, but
I mean, why not? I'm about to say, why not? If you want Utah to have a better chance against Georgia, why not send Utah to the stadium that they played in twice in the last 3 years? Besides last year, because obviously Rose Bowl was a CFP game. You have Utah and Cam Rising, who's played in the Rose Bowl his last 2 seasons starting. So why not?
Yeah. So, obviously,
I see some rematches. I see PTSD.
No PTSD. No
PTSD. There's a lot of PTSD right there.
No PTSD. So we got the rematch of
Kick at midnight.
what should have been
Midnight
the
Miracle.
dub for Ohio State against Georgia. We got Ohio State versus Georgia, and then we got Oregon versus Texas. And listen, these are going to be great, sensational matches. I'm talking about on the couch all day, not doing anything but watching college football. I think that game, Ohio State versus Georgia, we maxed it out only because I don't know if Georgia's defense is as good as the hype says it is. And I don't know if they can handle a rushing attack that we're going to have with Chip Kelly throwing in those schemes. And then we saw what our type of receivers can do against Georgia-type DBs. I don't know if they can deal with that, especially with the timeline of having Ryan Day have more time to scheme up against Kirby.
It's kind of like Batman.
Yeah,
Kind of like Batman.
Exactly.
Ryan Day with prep time.
Exactly.
He gets the scary side.
Exactly.
Besides against
So
Missouri.
I got us winning in a close one, probably about around 10-ish. Oregon,
Texas.
Woo! We talked about it. We were discussing this for probably like 15 to 20 minutes. I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't tell me who you ended up going with this game.
I don't know.
Because I was trying to talk you off a mountain. Viewers, everybody who watched last week's episode, y'all know how big Kevon is on Oregon. And we know it's not like it is in NFL where it's just standings and it just regenerates every week. They're stuck on that side. Kevon, Oregon, Texas, talk to him. Talk to him.
I know who I have winning this. What I had before. Don't get me wrong.
Talk to him.
I might change. I might switch
Whoa. Hold on.
We
already did enough graphics. It took me 20 minutes to do this.
I might switch up the graphic.
We ain't changing no graphics.
Listen. Oregon, I'm telling you, this front seven is like that. It's like that. And I don't know if Texas has enough. I don't know if they have enough on the defensive side to stop Oregon's offense, along with their defense keeping them in the game. Quinn Ewers is going to get off. Don't get me wrong. Sark is going to have his game plan, have his fingerprints all over the game. I understand that. Dan Lanning's like that as a great coach, though. He's a good. He was in the Georgia dynasty with Kirby, but listen. I said Texas. Yes, y'all talked me
Hold on.
Texas.
He must be sick. He must be sick in the head.
Y'all taught me off the Oregon train yesterday when I said that they were going to win, and then I ended up picking Texas.
Kevon, don't you dare. Kevon, stop trying to think with your head. Think with your head. Think with your head. Don't try to think with your heart.
I'm just saying. Outside of Quinn Ewers, what is your reasoning for having Texas over Oregon?
Isaiah Bond.
Isaiah Bond is not enough to sit there and tell me that. Evan Stewart, Dylan Gabriel. What are we talking about?
This is a very unsung moment, unsung thing about this. Oregon and Texas. John, what bowl game is that?
It's the Orange Bowl.
Kevon, how far is Oregon from Miami, Florida? Where is it not literally across the country, diagonal? We're not talking like Oregon's had the easiest path. But let's not forget that. They're playing Miami with a great team. Cam Ward just transferred in, a lot of speed on that team. And they have played Missouri with Lynn Bowden.
With the burden, yeah.
So there's two games that Sark has seen. Okay, they have a star receiver in Burden. Oh my God, we all know.
They still win the games though.
Yes. You don't think Stark's like, oh, okay, I know how to. I'm drawing this up. Stark with prep time. Stark with prep time. Might as well be Tony Stark. Kevon, what do you got? I'm going to walk away because I'm not going to judge my brother. That's messed up to do.
I got Texas.
Okay.
I got Texas.
That's what I thought.
Texas.
That's what I
only
thought.
Because it's Quinn Ewers' senior season. That's the only reason. I don't think he's going to go out like that. And he has to get there. But now we get the rematch. Well, not the rematch. We get what's supposed to be
for the championship.
Our get back. Because why in the hell did you leave?
Language.
Did
My
you
mom
leave
watches
us?
that show.
First of all, you weren't supposed to get there before your senior season of high school. Don't know why you came there, and you knew you wasn't starting over CJ Stroud.
The brand was there.
So listen, we better get our get back. And Ryan Day is about to get his first natty of his illustrious career that he's going to have after this, and it's going to get bad because the dynasty starts this season. When we take down Texas and championship.
You know, I'm not going to ask questions.
What more do we need?
I'm not going to ask questions, guys. I'm going to let y'all know. Here, a real bracket is about to come. A real bracket is here. So, viewers at home, you see, we have Fresno State versus Michigan. We'll talk about Alola. You know what? We'll start with the conference champions. Texas, SEC champs, undefeated. Number 2 seed, Ohio State. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Number 3, a underdog, a sleeper, Arizona wins the Big 12. And number 4, Miami. Kevon, just like I asked you, why is Miami? You know, I got off the Florida State bandwagon. DJ, I still believe in you. You're a great guy. Keep on. He's trying to get in my head. Tell him to take away my aura. 5-12 matchup, Michigan versus Fresno State. Fresno State's playing great football out west. Missouri, Notre Dame. Like I said, Notre Dame, I think, will be punished for not being in a conference. They're number 8 at 12-0. Oregon at number 11. And Penn State at number 6. 11-2 for Oregon. 10-2 for Oregon. 11-1 for Penn State. I think the CFP committee will say, okay, they haven't played each other in the regular season, so it's not that bad having to play in the first round. And number 10-7, Kansas versus Ole Miss. And yes, people at home, I understand. We are the reigning, defending, undisputed national champions. But reality must set in. It must set in. I understand. So, Kevon, as we bring the full screen to the viewers, go ahead and ask. I'm ready. Ask what America's asking and thinking.
Who's it at number 2?
As Ohio State.
What?
Yes, I'm just a fan. I understand. I am delusional. Delusion is okay.
It's not.
It is. When it comes to the boys in blue. Michigan's 11-2. Ohio State's 12-1.
Yes.
So let's put math together.
Okay.
That means Michigan and Ohio State play in the Big Ten championship game. I'm delusional, but I'm not crazy. If Michigan and Ohio State play back-to-back weeks like I expect, lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place.
No.
Not back-to-back weeks. I have Michigan losing to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. Yes, that is A-okay. I don't think it counts towards the record. I hope not. Fingers crossed. Because, like you said, I can see Ohio State going into week 14, into the shoe. Kind of sleepwalking a little bit. Hey, yes, sleepwalking. Hey, this is how you gotta
Sleepwalking?
You have to convince yourself a little bit. But Ohio State sleepwalks into the Big Ten into the last week, knowing their Big Ten championship spots. It's fine. It's cemented. They're good.
I don't think that's what they care about.
They're resting their, maybe the rest their starters. Question mark, Brian Day, please. No.
No.
Orgy comes out, punches them in the mouth. Bow. Punch in the mouth. So, Michigan goes into the Big Ten championship game. Probably number 2. Because obviously the other loss, it's not the Oregon. They're bums. Ducks fly south, not north. That's stupid. Michigan loses to Texas. Texas is undefeated. Yes, we understand. But Michigan loses to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. Miami beats Clemson in the ACC championship. Clemson, I have them losing to Florida State still because they're playing in Tallahassee.
You're right. You should have just let that.
Arizona beats Utah. Unlike the Ohio State Michigan game, I think Arizona can beat Utah back-to-back. Twice in one season, not back-to-back. Noah, Fifita, you got it.
I think y'all are
one of the best quarterbacks in the
buying
nation.
too much into that.
And McMillan is one of the best receivers in college football. So,
too much into the hype.
not too much in the hype. So let's go ahead and go
So
to.
then we got an upset in here, right?
Where?
Right here? No.
We get upset one time by App State,
Yeah.
and we're just the chokers.
Yes.
We're just Oregon now.
Yes.
Oh, so you do agree Oregon does choke? Got him. We got him, boys. We got him. So let's go ahead and go to the next round. She's killing it back there.
Killing it.
Shout out to Haley. I'm giving this in the pod. Shout out to Haley. Next round, quarterfinals. Michigan versus Miami in the Peach Bowl. Glorious. The U.
At home.
Versus.
At home.
I'm not worried about the U at the Peach Bowl. They don't have fans. They have fake fans. Yeah, they got rich people, but they're not going to turn it up. We got 112,000 in Michigan. We used to loud areas.
Okay.
This is about who's the real U of M. And this, I don't want to spoil it. I'm sorry. Notre Dame versus Texas. Notre Dame beats Missouri at home. South Bend. Kevon, we did think last year South Bend would be a little bit louder, but I don't really think Missouri would have traveled that well. Because traveling like Ohio State, that's a hard thing to kind of compare yourself to. Penn State beats Oregon. Yes, on paper,
Oregon is definitely better.
Oregon's better than Penn State.
This is only.
Keep on,
based
you
off
talked about it.
Based off, this is straight, basically.
Whoa! No, Bamba's playing.
Okay.
We all play college football 25 against Penn State, and that Stadium Pulse is woo rocking. Dylan Gabriel's out there.
Yeah. Wrong place. Only Shea Patterson did that.
Okay, that was a low blow. And then lastly, we have Ole Miss ending Kansas's Cinderella story. I mean, I guess it's a Cinderella story. Made the college football playoff. Great team. Shout out to Jalen Daniel. I believe in you.
And I definitely think off of these matchups now, I see a couple upsets that I would favor.
Upsets as far as seeding wise or as far as eye test wise? On paper.
It'll probably be seeding wise. I can see you guys taking down Miami. If you guys make it this far, that means that y'all's offense has came around and y'all's offense is clicking. Y'all's defense obviously is already going to be top tier, and I don't know if Miami is going to have the big boys up front to take on
Mason Graham.
I'm
Grant. Josiah Stewart.
I got Michigan in this one. If I were on your bracket.
Yeah, we're on fan.
Yeah.
If we're on a betting website, sponsor us if y'all want a little thing in the top corner.
I'll definitely take Texas in that one.
Uh-huh.
Penn State over Arizona. For sure. I'm taking Penn State over Arizona. If they're beating Oregon, they're definitely beating Arizona. And then, obviously, Ohio State over Ole Miss. Now, I hope your delusion has ended by the time you get there.
Okay,
I don't
keep
know
on.
what that rematch of Texas and Michigan's going to look like, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see what that's coming to.
That's fine. That's fine. It's not about that. So we're going to get to the semifinal. Yes, we understand that Peach Bowl and all this other fun stuff. It is okay. So, Peach Bowl, like you said, like you predicted. You're smart. You think a lot like your little brother.
I don't.
You do. Michigan beats Miami. Easy. I think that's low-key a blowout. Notre Dame falls to Texas, in which, honestly speaking, would probably be a blowout as well.
Yeah.
Bad for the ratings.
Yeah.
ESPN, you might want to
This is where I don't.
try to kick that out the way.
Disagree. I disagree right here.
That's where we get to the bottom four.
I don't know how you see it.
Penn State loses to Arizona.
I don't know.
Yes, Kevon, I
I don't know how you
understand.
see it.
I understand you think I'm hyping up Noah Fafita and Mr.
Yes.
McMillan too much.
Way too much.
They basically have a tight end who's basically like Gronk if you play college football 25. But look at where they're playing at, the Fiesta Bowl. And where's the Fiesta Bowl at?
That's cool.
Phoenix,
But you
Arizona.
also got to sit there and
Phoenix, Arizona.
You got to think. If Penn State is coming in this far and they're beating Oregon, that means Drew Aller has stepped up. He's taken that step we were talking about last week.
I don't think it would take much to win at Oregon. I mean, for
But you're
Penn State
not-
to win
no,
at night.
no.
They're not going to get bullied by Fox into taking that as a noon game, Kevon. That will be at night. ESPN wants that game at night. They want the whiteout. That's the whole reason for this first round basically being a home game.
But you still had to sit there and tell me that Oregon is still good enough to make the playoff.
But they don't play nobody.
They got to play us and
Kevon, what number are they right here? Number 11.
That's fine.
Uno.
That's fine.
In Uno.
That's fine.
In French, that's on.
There's
That's
just not.
I
There's
think.
just the Arizona offense. I don't know if they're going to be playing like a Penn State defense that they're going to see all season. They're not going unless they
Utah
beat
team.
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah is sound. I'll give them their discipline sound like an Iowa,
Yes.
but they're not athletic like a Penn State. Penn State always brings out athletes. Their pass rushers are always different. I mean, the sleep that you have on the Big Ten right now is kind of crazy with these two teams. But Arizona, you're insane. You're
So
insane.
my thought process here is Penn State likes to choke. Like I don't think it takes much more. If James Franklin's gonna be like the kid from Martin, I'm sorry, Martin. I didn't want to go to Arizona. Arizona wins. And Phoenix, Arizona. Down the street. If we gonna give the same hype to Georgia, which let's rewind on. Kevon, who's missing from this 12-team playoff? The 12-team playoff without Georgia.
They're definitely missing.
I don't think Georgia's going to make it. I know I'm working backwards. Georgia doesn't make it because I have them losing to Texas, right? And much like that Bryce Young junior year when they lost to Tennessee and Texas A&M, it's going to take crazy home fields to beat Georgia. Aside from Texas, Ole Miss also beats Georgia. Hot take. take it to the bank right now. Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. Whoa. Scribble lines for Carson Beck. And I think we're kind of overrating Carson Beck. Giants, please do not fall for the hype.
They will.
Please.
They will.
We'll
talk about that later.
We'll probably keep Daniel Jones. But that's for next week's. That's for next week's episode. But like I said, Georgia, you're out of there. Sorry. Nothing against you, but there is some stuff against you.
Okay. So let's talk about it.
So let's get to the semifinals. Let's get to the Final Four.
I mean, a rematch.
Yes.
And then, I'm sure, I'm
Arizona
positive that you're going to
Ohio State,
take Ohio State in this one. So I'm not even going to be worried about that. The rematch. Now they get to pick on where they're at. So there's another. This time you guys are coming into their crib. So you're telling me they already beat y'all once on the road.
And
are they about to beat y'all
in front of
again?
112,000.
In Jerry World?
Kevon.
Listen, Quinn Ewers. He already still calls y'all the team up north still. He still got animosity towards y'all.
I mean, look, at least one of your quarterbacks can probably beat us, hopefully.
All right, that's cool. That's valid. Will Howard will do it. You already got Will Howard doing it. So, tell me that you got Texas winning the semifinal. Tell me.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just not going to say nothing.
From the way this looked, it looked like Ohio State versus Texas.
I think I might just do the rest from off screen. I don't think I did. So let's just go ahead and block this one out. So we're going to talk down here, about this Ohio State-Arizona game. I think Ohio State, like you said, they have the defense for it. Arizona doesn't have the front set, the O-line to mess with Ohio State. Yes, Arizona, in this hypothetical, beat Utah. Yes. But Utah, compared to JT, who hopefully finally comes into his own, Jack, who I'm not worried about, regressing. Jack is going to keep building, getting better, which we saw it in last season. Oh, my God. Shout out to my boy, Jack. They might get a couple sacks on Noah Fafita. It's okay. Might be some cover sacks out there. Ohio State might make it back to the national championship game. We're not here to listen to me talk about Ohio State, right? Yeah. Michigan, Texas. I know I said lightning is to strike twice. Well, goddamn it, lightning struck twice. We lost. We lose in this hypothetical to Texas. Quinn Ewers is too much. I told Kevon before this season, it will take a team scoring 24 plus over 24 points to beat Michigan, and
they're definitely doing that.
They're probably doing that twice.
They're definitely.
But
and a home game too.
And it's at the Cribbo. So I have, probably about a 31-21 win for Texas. I'm not gonna say who they beat. It's gonna be like Ohio State not posting the final score. So I'm not gonna post. I'm just not gonna talk about that. So let's talk about the national championship game.
Yeah.
We had the same national championship game.
Yeah.
Ohio State versus Texas. The kid who was ousted by the tribe. Well,
he was not ousted. He was not ousted.
Let me talk about my allegory.
He was not ousted.
The child who was ousted by the tribe.
Why are you lying to me?
Will always come back to set it ablaze. Quinn Ewers is beating Ohio State. What is Will Howard to Quinn Ewers? Quinn Ewers didn't have a chance last year to play against Kansas State because he was hurt, sadly. He got well soon. Texas is beating Ohio State. That's all I need. Better quarterback play.
If you sit there and tell me that JT Tumilau, Jack Sawyer, and all that front seven and that DB core, that defense that went against him in scout practice.
Yes, he went against him in scout practice. I understand that.
If you tell me they going to sit there and allow that, you're drunk. You're drunk.
For the people out there who watch wrestling, Quinn Ewers is going to finish the story and become the champion. Quinn Ewers is going to come back, go to Atlanta, Georgia, and beat Ohio State in a very close game. I understand, Kevon, we talked about this a whole lot. Which one of these games
is insane, delusional?
Which one of these games do you think is the most delusional aside from national championship?
Besides us losing, let's take a look. Let's take a look. I think Arizona and Penn State is pretty delusional. I think Fresno State's losing.
Whoa, okay. I think that's enough for today's episode. I know I gotta take Kevon back to the loony bin. I don't know. He almost went down a bad path. It's okay, Kevon. I got you. I won't let you embarrass yourself like that. But thank you once again for tuning in to Through the Whistle episode 2.
No. See, this is where you stop it. No. Because you didn't even give out a Heisman contender. Give me your Heisman. We already went through this. Give me your Heisman contender. And actually, you know what? Ty, no. Because I told you right before the show.
Here you go.
I want the Heisman contender. I want your Heisman winner for this season. But just because we're going to do a Heisman winner for you to pick, shout out to, Pick a Side podcast, which podcast we all love. We got blind ranking.
What is before or after my Heisman pick?
We're going to do it before because the blind ranking is Heisman quarterback winners.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, who's the best?
6. We're going to have 6. Yes, best Heisman season. We're going to have 6.
Shout out to the boys in Gameage. Y'all know what my order is going to be.
Yeah.
If all my boys who be on the game with me, y'all know.
I'm going to give you 6 randoms.
Okay.
6 random quarterbacks.
Okay.
Heisman seasons. And you're going to tell me 1 through 6 of who you got. First, obviously, being the best. And then we're going to go from there.
All right,
so
bet.
number
Easy.
1.
Oh.
Number 1.
Oh, I'm on my own. I'm dolo.
Number 1.
Okay.
We're gonna go off the dome, Ty.
Off the dome. Okay.
We're gonna sit there and
I'm
tell
nervous,
me
guys.
what you
I'm nervous.
think this is gonna be.
Oh, God.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Last year's Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels. He had a nice season.
Number 5.
Out of 6.
Number 5 out of 6.
Okay.
I gotta give myself some wiggle room.
Number 5.
Always keep yourself some wiggle room.
Okay. Number 2. Jameis Winston. Won a natty. Won a natty.
He did.
Listen.
They did come back a lot that season.
4,000 yards.
Right.
40 touchdowns passing. 10 interceptions. 472 yards rushing. And 4 rushing touchdowns.
And
a natty.
It's so crazy how much they regressed after that season.
Yeah.
After he regressed after that season.
So we got him.
Okay.
1 through 6. You already got number 5 as Jaden Daniels.
I do all these blind reacts on TikTok,
Yeah.
I just know some BS is coming. Give me Jameis at 4.
At 4. Okay. Number 3. Sam Bradford. Low-key sleeper.
Low-key was eating.
Low-key sleeper.
He was low-key tough.
Went
the
to
numbers was crazy.
Lost to Florida in the national championship.
Yes.
Had 4,720 yards.
Fast money.
He had 50 touchdowns passing.
That's what the sacks too.
Yeah.
My God.
So listen, Sam Bradford. I told you I was going to mess you up. So what's up? Sam Bradford, you
I
already
definitely
got
would have put him above Jameis.
You had Jameis at 4th. So now you got.
This is
5
worse.
and 4.
If this feels like fast money, I'm just like, oh my God, what's gonna be next? Oh my goodness. Let's go Sam Bradford at number 3.
Number 3, Sam Bradford. Okay.
That's low-key crazy.
Okay. 4th Heisman winner,
Yes.
Marcus Mariota. Had another great season. For quarterbacks. 4,400 passing yards. Took his team to the national championship to lose to Ohio State. 42 passing touchdowns. Only 4 interceptions.
Beautiful. 10-1 interception rate. That's crazy.
770 rushing yards. 15 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
in
15 rushing
in
touchdowns?
the season. Was going ape.
15 rushing touchdowns?
Was going ape.
Where was I at?
Was going ape.
I was
So
at that time. That's probably where I was.
Marcus Mariota.
I just know I'm going to put him at this next spot, and I'm going to be like, dang, I wish I put him at this other spot. Mariota at 6.
So let's take a look at
He's going to give me like Bryce Young or something next.
We got number 3. Right now you have number 3 is Sam Bradford. You have number 4 Jameis. Number 5 Jaden Daniels, and number 6 Marcus Mariota. Next QB, Kyler Murray.
Oh, number 2.
Kyler Murray, 4,300 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards, 12 rushing TDs, and 42 passing touchdowns. So number 2 is Kyler Murray.
He has to be number 2, yeah. He's going to give me like Hendon Hooker or something. He didn't win a Heisman.
Winners. Listen.
He's going to give me like freaking John Malaki.
Do it how my boy does it on Pick a Side. At number 6, you have Marcus Mariota. At number 5, you have Jaden Daniels. At number 4, you have Jameis Winston. At number 3, you have Sam Bradford. Number 2, you have Kyler Murray. And at the number 1 spot.
Before you say this, I feel like Josh Allen right now. Like Josh Allen from the Cavaliers. The lights are very bright. The lights are too bright for me,
And for the number 1 spot in your best Heisman quarterback seasons.
Please
and
don't
a
say
blind
no.
reveal.
Please don't say Charlie Ward or something.
No.
Troy Smith.
Troy Smith. The Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 1, Troy Smith as the best blind reveal for your number 1 quarterback ranking. And I told you I was going to mess you up a little bit.
Where are Troy Smith's stats?
So
I need some Troy Smith stats.
Troy Smith's stats, not the greatest. Not the greatest, Ty. We're talking about.
We'll put this on the full screen. Troy Smith on the full screen.
Talking about the season stats for Troy Smith.
Mind you, he only played 12 games.
He only
games.
No, he had 13 games. He played
13 games for the Florida game, the Natty.
But he had 2,500 yards.
That's it?
30 touchdowns to 6 picks. 383 rushing touchdowns.
That's it?
And only 1 rushing touchdown.
How did he?
Your number 1 selection for Heisman winners.
How did that?
Troy Smith. I told you before the show
How did he win the Heisman?
that I was going to mess you up. Do you feel messed up? Because I can't say the other word.
How did he win the Heisman? Coach Johnson.
You were undefeated.
Whenever you watch this, how did your boy win the Heisman?
It's okay. You picked him for the blind reveal. It's okay.
2,500 yards?
Yeah.
That's literally half a season nowadays.
Yeah.
See what happened. Okay.
See, I think you thought that Joe Burrow
you know
was
what?
going to come in.
You know what? Let me make this about Michigan real quick. This is what happens when you beat Michigan. You beat an undefeated Michigan team, and you get all this aura, and you're a Heisman Trophy winner now. Like, no.
Ty.
But yes, I understand. I was debated. I was lied to. I was led astray.
Yeah.
I was hoodwinked.
No, you just had a blind reveal. That was about it. So, we got that. Who you got winning Heisman this year?
Devon, who'd you say I was crazy for being so high on?
I know you're not about to pick a guy from Arizona. I know that's not about to happen.
I'm sorry, Martin. We're going to go to Arizona. Noah Fafita, Heisman Trophy winner. Go ahead and sprinkle a little bit on it on your favorite betting website. I won't say which one because we don't have a ad sponsor right here in this top corner. So I'm not going to say which one. You know, our favorite betting website, go ahead and sprinkle a little bit on Noah Fafita. So I have like 4,300 yards, 40 passing touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, and an undefeated season. You know, it's go time. Kevon, who's yours since you want to judge mine so bad? And you better not say Will Howard. I promise you this ball might go through your head.
Honestly, I was going to say Dylan Gabriel.
I might have to throw this at your head even harder.
I was going to say Dylan Gabriel, but because we're going undefeated, and we got the blind reveal of you having Troy Smith number 1, because we have the aura of, like you just said, I think I am going to go with Will Howard. You got to count the rushing touchdowns.
Kevon, wrap this up. Wrap this up.
So we'll be back next week.
What, man? Get out of here. Hey, we'll be back next week with another episode. Kevon's getting sent back to the Looney Bin. I know I said I wanted to keep him from going for the Looney Bin. He get even crazier than what I thought he was going to. So, you know, I appreciate y'all sticking through. Send y'all's T's and P's. Kevon's gone astray. Looney Bin. But make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. You know, a little comment down there. If y'all have any discrepancies with what Kevon said, obviously y'all gonna agree with what I said. It's me. If y'all have anything wrong with what Kevon said, leave a comment in the comment section. Little time mark on there. And until then,
we'll be back next week. Discuss NFL and first week of college football. See you next time, though.